Hello, and welcome to a quick intraday update for Bitcoin. Quick update here about the latest movements. I will not talk about the daily chart or anything. I did that in the previous video. Feel free to check it out. I also updated the chart one or two times today already on Twitter. So if you are after a few additional updates, check out our Twitter profile. You'll find the link in the description. Also here, probably from today, you will be able to vote for a coin that I'm going to analyze only on Twitter on the weekend, probably on Saturday or Sunday. So watch for that poll that will come out later today. Overall, not really anything significant happened. We had a dip and another rally and another dip. Keeps us in the sideways range for now. And what I can tell you is that certainly, and that's certain, there are rarely things that are certain in the markets, but this one is certain. I'm certain about this. There is no impulse to the upside, and I highlighted that in the previous update already. It was actually in one of the updates that I posted on Twitter earlier today. Let me see if I find it here. The price could not break above the trend line. That was before we had this attempted breakout. Could not break above the trend line, and clearly it's only a three-wave move to the upside. Okay, only a three-wave move to the upside. The only way to keep a bullish scenario alive is if a diagonal pattern is forming. And we all know they are fragile. And I said this becomes less likely. So the bullish outlook becomes less likely if the price breaks below the wave 2 low. But that's holding, and that's at 57,130. And then we had the update afterwards that actually showed the breakout. Okay, so price was trying to hold. But I warned about, I'm not going to read the whole thing, you can do that on Twitter. The only thing I really want to point out here is if the white 5-wave pattern to the upside unfolds, then it would need to be a diagonal, which, as we all know, is a fragile structure, which is likely going to change a few times. That's sometimes what people like to ignore when I talk about it, right? And people sort of have selected hearing sometimes. Not everybody. I'm sure the vast majority of you guys have understood that this is just a fragile structure. So just be careful there. Be careful out there. And you get a lot of up and down movements. And that's precisely what we see here. Because it's not an impulse. Impulses look nice and tidy. And we've got 5 waves to the upside. And this here is a lot of overlapping. It's an overlapping mess. So I think one way to trade this is you can trade it on a really small time frame to try to capitalize on those quick up and down movements, but you need to stare at the chart all the time. Or you can zoom out and try to trade the larger time frame, just adding in support and selling when the price is far away from support, like range trading. The in between, I think it's difficult at the moment because then you get caught in the chop. Then you get caught in that chop. So overall, no real surprises. As I make this video, Bitcoin has not managed to hold above the trend line, but we also have not broken below the invalidation point for this diagonal pattern, and that's down here, the dotted line at, as I said, 57,150. If we break below that level, I don't really see the 78.6 retracement down there hold. So for me, the only chance for the bulls to turn this around would be to form a 5-wave pattern to roughly 60K. Well, we are only halfway there, okay? And it's not a prediction that this will happen. This is what needs to happen for me to consider that a 5-wave move, to consider that the B wave has bottomed, and then I can add the next support zone. For now, we are moving higher, but in a very choppy fashion. The trend line is clearly being respected. In the earlier video today, we talked about this is what I'm going to watch for today, the trend line, because that's the first breakout point. Clearly, it couldn't hold above the trend line. And the next point will be that swing high from yesterday. And it will be important to see if the bulls can take the price above that swing high. That would be an important achievement for the buyers. That's where the selling volume started. I'm not sure if I have the volume. Do I have volume on here? Yeah. When the selling volume started, that was pretty much in that 15-minute candle here. 6 p.m. UTC yesterday, so pretty much 59K. So once the buyers can take the price above that level, maybe even that previous candle there at 59.5K, that could, doesn't have to, but it could maybe trigger a short squeeze because there will be a lot of stop losses up there in that area there. And that would be quite an achievement for the buyers to get the price back above that level. But for now, we're just here. Today, we just see choppy price action, difficult movements. Yesterday, it looked cleaner. We had a nice trend up. Okay, it was also a bit choppy, but at least we had a move up. And then a nice and clean move down, like impulsive. And this here is just a chop, and it just looks corrective. Too many overlaps. So I can still label that as an ABC structure. It's just a 3-wave move at the moment. Especially these diagonals, they can always fail. So as I said before, the white wave count has a chance as long as we're holding the red line. So people on Twitter asked me, is this structure still bullish? As I said, it's very fragile. It is not clearly bullish. I try to make it very clear in the previous videos that we have to be on the side of caution here. And there is multiple attempts to break out to the upside have failed. The support area is still holding, yes. But I don't see it hold anymore. If the price breaks below that wave 2 low there, it would then need a miracle to turn it around. And it's looking difficult already for the bulls. I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.